Right, Overshadowed podcast. Today we are covering one of the overshadowed artists who might have made an impact to the music industry. The pioneers of urban grooves is per my take. So the person who we are covering today is none other than Fortune Muparutsa. Yes, the one and only Fortune Muparutsa. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2008 in the UK. Not to dwell in too much into his death, but then it's an intricate part of him being an overshadowed someone. You understand? So, Tomba Fortune Muparutsa is the one who sang the song Wangundega, which was one of the national classics in Zimbabwe. It was a household song, as per his time. And if you were born in the 90s, or if your parents were dating in the 90s, probably they might have dedicated the Wangundega song to each other, And we have to put some respect on Fortune Muparutsa. Though he is overshadowed now, not many people really appreciate what he contributed to the music industry. But us as Overshadowed podcast, Zimbabweans, Overshadowed Zimbabweans podcast, we like to appreciate and give these people their flowers. You understand? So one of my favorite songs by Fortune Muparutsa is Uya Kwandiri, which is a really, really nice R&B Shona track. And looking at it, looking at his songs, looking back, he was way ahead of his time. He was way ahead of his time, and it's something that we need to appreciate. And I remember speculations or allegations say he was once nearly signed by Akon. Unfortunately, the unfortunate part about what happened to him is when Akon had his songs back in the 2000s, should be 2008, because he died in 2008. Probably Akon had the song in 2007. That's when he died. And the unfortunate part about his death was his body lay unclaimed in the UK for 9 months. So it means it took 9 months for him to come this side and be buried, and which was a really sad story, because he was one of our legends. And there's so many stories surrounding his death. Some people say he died of leukemia, but then when people put out, the relatives put out requests for the postmortems and whatnot, Anzi Angaka check up and whatnot, and Kwara, which then bring us to a question of what really happened to our overshadowed Zimbabwean, because I don't think that story had a real and true media coverage, and I think we need to shed some light to that story, so as to find out what happened. And I'll be running down some of his songs that he put out that I think it will be beneficial for us to understand or to listen to. Fortune Muparutsa, from what I know, the little that I know, he worked with people like Tilani Makalima, who's such a legend. And I don't think people give him enough flowers, because he was the father of urban grooves. That's where Vanaroki, XQ, and them came from. And it's actually sad for me to be putting Fortune Muparutsa as a overshadowed Zimbabwean profile, because I don't think was supposed to be overshadowed. In the background, you'll be hearing like some of his songs, and if you like the songs which Fortune Muparutsa put out, just put a thumbs up. Remember him for what he contributed, to our arts industry, So yeah, covering episode of Overshadowed Zimbabweans podcast. I'll put up his pictures and whatnot, which is something that I want all the people who are watching the Overshadowed podcast to just look at and appreciate, sing his songs, play his music, remember him, and remember the name Fortune Muparutsa. Here at Overshadowed podcast, we out.